Hi, hope everybody's doing well tonight. So I finally received my January Club Couture transfer in the mail, and I'm kind of excited about getting to chalk it tonight to share with you guys. Really like this one. Like I had said before, I am preparing for a Valentine banquet, and I was wanting to make some decorations for that banquet, so I was kind of glad that this is a Valentine transfer. So let's get started. If you don't know what Club Couture is, it is our monthly subscription plan for $19.99. You will receive a silkscreen transfer that is exclusive to Club Couture members and designers. You also get 3 sample chalk paste, as well as a PDF and video directions to complete the project. Like I said, it is exclusive. It can't be bought on my chalk site, so you will have to be a club member to get this transfer. And if you would like to know more, I will put the link in this video where you can check out what Club Couture is all about. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, if you see on this transfer, you see these white lines, those are cut lines. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my transfer apart. And I am going to use, I think I'm going to use all of it. We'll see. And then I'm going to label it. And the reason I'm going to do that is because our silk screens are reusable. So on the back, I'm going to write on the back of this one, Be My Valentine, which is the name of the transfer. And then I'm just going to number these 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to put on the back CH1 through 4, CH for conversation hearts. Now, again, the reason we do this is because, like I said, these transfers are reusable. And you want to make sure when you put them back on the carrier sheet that you put them on the right side. On the back side, it is a matte finish. But on the side that the transfer goes on, you can see that it is a glossy finish. And you want to make sure that you put it back on the correct side. Otherwise, you risk stretching your transfer or ripping your transfer. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is what we call fuzzing. And I'm going to use my Chalk Couture fuzzing cloth. This cloth is terra cloth on one side and microfiber on the other side. The microfiber side is for drying your transfers after you clean them. And the reason we fuzz is because these transfers are very sticky. And you want to remove some of that stickiness from them so that they don't adhere to your surface so well that when you go to remove it, that again, you stretch it or rip it. So I'm going to fuzz this one a few times to remove some, because this one is really sticky. So let me do this a couple more times. I have stretched transfer before, and I don't want to do that. So I want to make sure that I fuzz this one really well. Now the surface that I'm using is a heart that I found at one of the local craft stores. It's just this little pink heart here. Like I said, I'm doing a Valentine event, and everything that I've done so far has been on a black board with pink paste. So I'm going to use black paste on this pink board. I'll fuzz my transfers. Now I'm going to place it on my surface. I'm trying to get this centered as well as I possibly can without measuring, and I think that might be good. And then you want to smooth out your transfer really, really well, because you don't want there to be any bubbles in your transfer, because if there are bubbles, you risk getting the paste beneath the transfer, which will bleed. And you want this to be a smooth transfer. I think I'm good. There's something underneath. Oh, some hair. Okay, I think that's good. Now, it does not take a whole lot of paste. A little bit goes a very, very long way. All right, I think I'm good now. I think I got all the bubbles out and all the foreign objects from beneath it. Like I said, I'm going to be using black. And you want to stir your paste to make sure that you get a smooth, yogurt-like or cake batter-like consistency. And I think this is good. So, I'm just going to spread some of my paste onto my transfer. And then I'm going to take one of my small squeegees. I got a little bit on that board. I'm going to wash that off later. Our paste is water soluble, so if you should get some on your surface, you should be able to wash it off with just a little bit of water. So I'm going to take the small squeegee and I'm just going to spread my paste out. Now with the paste, you want to work kind of fast because like I said, it is chalk and chalk will dry. We also have inks, and with the inks, you have a little bit more time to work with your projects because it's more forgiving. But the chalk paste, you need to get it on, spread it out, take off the excess and put it back in the jar and save it for a later date. And then remove your transfer. Let's get this off. Now when pulling your transfer off, you want to pull it from top to top, top to bottom, or side to side. You don't want to pull it at an angle because again, you could stretch your transfer. And I got a little paste right here on the side, but I'm going to wipe it off with just some water. Now most surfaces you can remove with just water. If I was using wood, it could be a little tricky trying to get it off. But this paste, this surface right here is good. And you see I just wiped it right off with a little bit of water. Now the paste dries fast, but I'm going to help it along just a little bit. And I got chalk paste on my fingers, so I just keep wiping more and more on. I'm going to help it out just a little bit. I'm going to use my blow dryer. And I'm going to dry it on the cool setting. All right, and there's that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my little conversation hearts. Let me close this up first though, because I don't want to risk getting it on anything else, and I don't want to risk dropping anything in it. So I'm going to put my lid back on it. Drop my surface. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I've got some ribbon. I'm going to make a bow to go on this. But first I'm going to attempt to use a little bit of ink and the conversation heart transfers, and I'm going to put some hearts on this little piece of ribbon right here. Hopefully they're not going to be too big. So again, I'm going to fuzz. But actually, you know, when you're using fabrics, you don't really have to fuzz because you do want them to stick really well to your fabric. So I'm just going to stick them on. That one says Be Mine. I may not be able to use all 4 of them because they're kind of large. This one says XOXO. And let's see what else. This one says Kiss Me, and this one says Love Me. I think I'm going to use the Love Me. I might have to wait on that one until I pull one of the other ones off. Now I'm going to use, this is Peony. Just going to stir it up just a little bit. The ink doesn't require as much stirring as the paste. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Get a mini squeegee. Spread it on there. And then pull it off. And I'm going to do the same with the Be Mine. Just a very little bit of ink. Spread it on. Get it covered really well. And then pull it off. And lastly, I'm going to do the Love Me. You see, it only takes a very little bit. And then I want to wipe my hands because I don't want to get ink on here because the ink is permanent. Normally I would heat set these, but because it's such a small surface and I don't plan to wash it ever, I'm just going to hit it with my blow dryer and not bother to heat set. Normally you would use a iron or heat press or whatever to heat set it. But like I said, this is such a small area, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to blow dry it. I'm going to put my lid on here. Now the ink takes a little bit longer than the paste does, so I'm just heat it for just a couple minutes. All right, I think that's good. And there you have it. 3 little hearts on this little piece of ribbon. Now, the next thing I'm going to do I got a couple other pieces of ribbon that I am going to just layer these. Okay, you can't see this very well because it's so transparent, but it's black with little black glittery circles on it. I'm going to lay this one on top of that. And then I got some really sheer pink that I'm going to lay on top of that. And I'm going to gather it in the center. So I didn't necessarily need that center heart, but I'm going to gather it right there in the center and tie it off. And I'm going to use some curling ribbon to tie this. This is a little tricky trying to hold it and tie it. And you pull it tight, and then I can straighten it out. All right, there you have all 3 layers, and I'm going to add a couple of other pieces of the curling ribbon to it. This is just some white curling ribbon with little red hearts on it that I found at my craft store. Actually, I did not find it at the craft. I think I found it at the Dollar Tree. Pretty sure that's where I found this. Let me tie that tight. And then I am going to take my scissors and I am going to curl my ribbon. And you do that simply by just running your scissors down it, and it curls right up. And there, well, I think I uncurled that piece. I think I went over it again and uncurled it. Let's see if we can make that curl back up. There we go. And there you have it. That's my little layered ribbon bow. And I'm going to take my glue gun. And just pop that on there. And we are done. Quick, fun, and easy. Now, again, I'm going to put the link that explains Club Couture up in this video. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at Linda Bullard, Independent Chalk Couture Designer, at facebook.com, Chalk Couture / Linda Bullard. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.